Have they paid any invoice?
Oh, this is so frustrating.
Pretty much no response.
It's $250,000, guys.
Ashkan, what do you think we should do?
So I actually have heard all of this and I appreciate everyone's efforts. Although I'm very frustrated right now, I don't want to make a hard decision right now, but I actually think we don't just stand the team down. You immediately engage a collection firm. Things like that could fall behind, through the cracks. But luckily we have Pulse and it's telling us these things, and that's why we're kind of figuring this out. But I actually think if they're not going to pay or communicate with us, but they're keeping the team going, immediately stop the team. So that's suggestion. But I'm actually going to suggest that we engage a collection agency. And if they don't pay, then we need to enforce this contract. This is absolutely, it's very sad because it puts us in a really bad situation. But I really, I really feel this client's taking advantage of our company and are taking our kindness for weakness and just continuing to build upon that. And now we're funding their project. I know that they were talking to the team about, the source code control, which we gave them as part of our kind of good faith. So I actually think that we're being abused here as a company, and we should absolutely pursue this. So shut down the accounts. We'll have to pay the developers whatever we owe them, roll them off. We find another project for them. And this is probably going to be the first time ever we actually go after a client for unpaid invoices like this. I mean, unbelievable. Wow, wow, wow. Never had to go to this length and be put in this situation. The reason why I made the decision to actually just turn off the client, terminate our agreement with them, and put it into collections and let that play out is because I think we're wasting our time. It is very, very rare that we come across. This is the first time, I think, in the last 7 years that I have been in a situation where a client has, I think, willfully and knowingly taken advantage of us as a software consulting firm. So, letting it go on and trying to repair the relationship at this point doesn't do the company any good, because even if we were to repair the relationship, if they're not paying their bills or don't have the capability to pay their bills, we're fighting an uphill battle. So what is it that we're actually fighting for? And that's kind of what the trigger was in my mind to say the relationship in this case was not valuable to the company, the long-term relationship. And so we had to make that judgment. And ultimately I made that decision to just shut down the project in its entirety. $250,000 for some bigger companies may not be a big deal. For some smaller companies, it could bankrupt them. Luckily, we're able to stomach that, but it's not a very easy thing to stomach. And so if you're ever caught in a situation where the relationship in question about paying your bills, about your services is in question, then you need to focus on what value you are providing to them and what value they're providing to you. And if financing their operation or their project becomes part of your help or your value, you need to cut that out real quick. And like I said, haven't done that before, first time. So hopefully we don't have to do it again. So until next time, onwards and upwards. Yeah!